Okay, Mary. So, can you tell me a little bit about, you were writing to a prompt, and you were writing about a person that was important to you, and you kind of went back and used this rubric to evaluate something you did well and something you want to work on, and then I did the same thing, and you ended up making some revisions, and I just thought we'd talk about those today, and then you could tell me a little bit about how you made those revisions, and then we could talk about anything else that you had a question or comment about.
Okay, so I said I love my mom more than any words could say. Nothing could ever replace my mother. My mom means a lot to me. She's the important person in my life. I'm going to tell you 3 out of a trillion reasons she's important to me. For example, she's always there for me, she gave birth to me, and she cheers me up when I'm sad. My mom is always there for me. For instance, when I'm sick, she takes care of me and helps me when I'm hurt. She also feeds me. And then I had to go over here.
Okay.
Furthermore, my mom gave birth to me and all my siblings. My mom didn't take the chances she could have had. For example, living in a mansion, getting a job, less housework, and all of these reasons she gave up to have us.
So you rewrote that paragraph? Okay.
Finally, she cheers me up when I'm sad. She talks to me or cracks a joke when I'm upset or sad. There is nothing in the universe that can replace a mom like mine.
That's pretty big to say nothing in the universe, right? Mom's pretty special. So what revisions did you make, and why did you make those revisions?
Well, I realized that nothing did not need to be capitalized.
Okay.
If you see the N,
Right.
it's not another sentence. And then after that, to me, it was too close together. That's to me. And
So
then,
spacing?
yeah.
Okay.
And then trillion, I capitalized this, I'm pretty sure. And then,
Okay, so you were looking at some conventions that you thought maybe needed to, the way it looked, it needed to be the conventions, the spelling and the capitalization and the spacing? What else?
so then I realized that this, it wasn't really that kind of, it's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
It wasn't really the paragraph it was supposed to be. It was kind of short and stuff.
So did you say, do you think it didn't give enough detail, or it wasn't specific enough, or what was there something on your rubric that
It
made
wasn't
you?
specific enough.
Okay.
And the things on my rubric just made me, where's the paragraphs?
Okay.
So I went over and I wrote this. Furthermore, my mom gave birth to me and all my siblings. My mom didn't take the chances she could have had. For example, living in a mansion, getting a job, less housework. All of these reasons she gave up to us.
And I love the way that you focus that paragraph on the things your mom could be doing if she wasn't a mom. And how that was really so important to her that she gave up so many things. I mean, I love the way you wrote that. And then the way that you put those, I love the way that when you're writing, you tell the reader, you make a statement. My mom didn't take the chances that she could have. Okay? And then you give examples to tell more about, what you meant when you said that. And that's so important for your reader, because if you hadn't given us these examples, I wouldn't know what you meant, and I would have been curious. I'd be like, what does she mean by that? So that's so important to do that as a writer. Is there anything else you feel like we need to do to revise or to look at your prompt here, or you think that's how you want to leave things?
Kind of this.
The last part? Okay. And what do you feel? How do you feel about
I think
that?
we need to do the same thing we did here.
Okay.
It's not really that specific. Mainly she cheers me up when I'm sad. She talks to me cracks a joke when I'm sad or sad. That's all. It's not really that specific.
So, but again, you did the same thing as a reader. You told as a writer, you told the reader, she cheers me up when I'm sad. That's why and remember that our central idea for this paper is why she's important. Okay, so we want to lead the reader back to that. So, and then you tell the reader an example that she tells you a joke and you're sad. So what you might want to do if you want to add to that, if you're wanting to add more details, is that what you're saying? is you could say, she tells me a joke when I'm sad. And then you might, I don't know if you want to repeat, for example, but, or when was a specific time when you were sad? And that she was the one who made you feel better. Because readers like to hear personal stories, like, you know, that makes them feel connected to you as a writer.
Yeah, well, whenever I'm really like not feeling too well and stuff, she just kind of shows me like it's okay.
So, okay, and so that's kind of a general statement, like when you said she tells you a joke when you're sad to kind of make you feel better.
Sure.
So, if you say, well, if you say that, you know, that she makes you feel better when you're not feeling great, that's kind of the same thing. But if you had a specific time that you could remember,
I can't really remember.
well, and that's fine because I'm kind of putting you on the spot, right? But what we might do is right here, we might just write out there to the side, tell about a specific time, and then if you think of one, you can go back and add that later.
Okay.
If you can't think of it right now. But you might just make yourself a note to add that there when you come back to this. Add a time this happened or something, like, you know, because if maybe a time where you remembered when she told you a joke, like if you came home and somebody, I don't know, what are the things that kind of usually make you sad? You're not sad very often because you always have this bright and joyful smile, so I can't even imagine. It has to be pretty bad to make you sad.
I'm trying to think. Sometimes when I can't join in a game or something like that, it kind of makes me a little bit upset.
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah. So that might be, if you could think of a time when that happened and then your mom kind of came in and she told you a joke or said something funny that made it better. So that would be something.
She does it a lot of times, but I can't really think of a specific time.
Okay. Well, if you think of something, you can just add that later, and you know you've made yourself a note there to do that. Is there anything else? How do I make You got yourself doing adding periods and spaces and. So do you think you're ready to kind of leave this piece and move on to the next piece, but kind of use what you learned to work on another piece of writing? Is that what you like? Okay. Why don't we go ahead and put this in your prompt folder? Good job.